CLA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
A look from before as the Clippers made their way to the line.
Hey, Kevin.
Terrific. David, thanks. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 slot. And for the Clippers, they've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the 1.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Now, here's George following the shot by Drew Holiday.
Well, once Paul George gets in that deep, get out of the way. He's coming right at you.
And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. 4-point game. Unloads. It's rebounded by Leonard.
That's the 3rd straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
Beverly wide open. No good on the 3. For Milwaukee, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Giannis against Morris. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
So hard to stop down low. Giannis gets around the basket, and it feels like within 8 feet he's going to dunk just about anything.
From deep, George. A rebound by the Bucks. Now the Bucks moving it up. Holiday with the ball. Finished off the break.
Excellent display from Drew Holiday, running the fast break well and finding a way to nail that shot.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Beverly, the pass to Zubac, and the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his first foul. Zubac against Lopez. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Clock at 6. George, that's a 2-pointer. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Now here is Holiday. And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And Morris has got the ball here for the Clippers. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
You know, always talk about the first 2 steps in transition, and Paul George out quick and decisively that time.
And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And then for Milwaukee. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Dante DiVincenzo. And Holiday kicks to Middleton. Over to the left wing. Connaughton. And again, the Bucks miss.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from 3-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Cousins with the bucket. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there are so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul, 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst partner, but a fan and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Here's Kennard after the made shot from Bobby Portis. Back to Kennard. Holiday against Jackson. Count it. Good.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And Holiday, here we go, makes it off the glass.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Pass to man. Outside Jackson. Over Holiday. Again, Los Angeles.
He uses the threat of his drive to open up looks for him offensively. Jackson is one smart cookie.
Holiday looking over the floor. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Clippers lead by 4. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwbacks.
Old school basketball.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for the Clippers right now, Luke Kennard out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Batum. And it's man in at the 3 spot. Here's Connaughton after Rajon Rondo's bucket. Portis, the pass to Teague. Portis trying to free himself. Teague can't hit.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And Tucker kicks to Portis. Off target from 3-point range.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Kennard. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Kennard's got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers. The Bucks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Back to Teague. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Love how Jeff Teague did not fear that attempt. He was amongst the trees, but it did not affect the shot.
Rondo against Teague. The pass to Cousins. Here's man. They get it back. That one's not going to go. Bucks trail by 4. Portis in the post. Kennard covering. Chalk up 2 there. Portis has got his second bucket of the game to go.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Cousins, the pass to Rondo, and stolen by Portis. And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Now here's Lopez. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Holiday. Can't tie it up as that one misses. The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Morris finds Leonard. The shot from 20 feet away. Zubac. And the rejection by Giannis. Here's Zubac. No good. Good D by Giannis. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. Trailing by 2.
And you go back, Giannis Antetokounmpo, the 15th pick in that 2013 draft. Hindsight, obviously 2020, but I think it's safe to say he should have been drafted a little bit higher.
Yeah, you have so many of those blogs out there that go back and want to redraft classes. Giannis Antetokounmpo back in 2013, I'm pretty sure at this point would be taken #1.
And that one's good by Giannis.
He's a hard guy to guard everywhere on the floor, but more than anywhere else, Giannis can get you in the paint. That's where he lives.
Now here's Beverly. Outside, George. Back to Beverly. There's the dish to George. No good on the triple. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile one block.
And read the plate perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Pass to Middleton. Back to Antetokounmpo.
Making the suffocating defensive play right there. Leonard, an overwhelming force on that end of the floor.
Pass to Morris. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. Morris has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Leonard with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And George with the stuff.
I feel like Patrick Beverly has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him.
Now here is Holiday. And Holiday throws it down.
Oh, Kevin, not a penny, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. And it's sent back by George.
He can't toss up the weak stuff around Paul George. He sees it coming and uses his reach to get to it.
17 seconds left in the first half. To the middle. Lopez finds Giannis. He gets it in there. 6 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
See the way Giannis kept going and kept his eye on the basket? That helped.
And here's George for three. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They had a 4-point advantage at the
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Paul George really making a difference here.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the 5 spot. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Fader on the way. It's hauled in by Zubac.
You get a feeling that he made that much more difficult than he had to. No reason why he had to fade away on that jumper.
The Bucks trail. Holiday dishes to Antetokounmpo. For the tie. Shoots over Zubac. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo. Giannis has got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Bucks.
And last season, Giannis Antetokounmpo welcoming his first child into the world.
And maybe now an MVP at home as a most valuable papa. The mother of his son was a volleyball player in her day. So you got to think, as this kid grows up, maybe the recruits are sending letters already.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Bucks. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. Now here is Holiday. He's got 6. Milwaukee, no good that time either. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That's his first foul. Bobby Portis has checked in for the Bucks. Out left to the wing. Beverly, the pass to Oturu. Fires at the elbow. Rebound, Milwaukee.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
To the inside, Tucker. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. Still looking for their first bucket of the second half. Greg, one of your former teammates, John Starks, would get under a guy's skin on the court. He's like a nuisance, but really opposite off the floor, away from the game.
I'll tell you, Kevin, John's got a heart of gold, and anybody that knows him is going to be a fan of the person. John is as good a friend as I can ever recall having.
Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah, Drew very much willing to go in there, scrap out a rebound, and hit the boards.
Beverly, the pass to Cousins. Back to Beverly. Outside for George. To the wing right side. 6 on the shot clock. Holiday brings the double team. He gets that one. And the Clippers lead by 1.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Nora. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Teague against Kennard. Dishes it to Jackson. Batum passes to Kennard. On the wing, Jackson. Back to Kennard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. 5 to shoot. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. .151 left in the third quarter. The Bucks have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements. Portis kicks to Connaughton. Teague surveying the D. There's a minute 34 left in the third quarter of the game. Connaughton passes to Portis. That shot off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Pass to Kennard. It's good.
That's pretty unselfish there. He sees that there's a better shot on the perimeter and bang, just kicks it out.
Outside Teague. 1:03 left to play here in the third, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Just a stellar job from Jeff Teague to get hit and still possess the wherewithal to finish off the play.
And the pass to man. Kennard on the wing. Here's Oturu, defended by Portis. Pass to man, and stolen by Portis. The Bucks shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. That's good from Tucker. And the Clippers making a switch here. Cousins is checked in. Both free throws good from Tucker. The Clippers trail. 35 seconds left in the third. To the wing on the left. Here's Cousins. Jackson kicks to Kennard. Shot clock at 6. He dishes it to Batum. He's looking for Cousins and finds him. Good D by Lopez.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Batum grabs the miss. Here's man. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Bucks lead by 1. And we'll return shortly. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. They've got Ivica Zubac. Marcus Morris is out there with Batum. And there's Jackson, and it's Rondo in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Here's Rondo, following the basket by Giannis. Inside, Zubac. Lopez with the block.
Oh, that's out of there. Not a high riser, but Lopez using his frame, a smart block, if you will.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Outside Holiday. He kicks to Middleton. The three-pointer, no good. Clippers trail by 3. Oturu, the pass to Leonard. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Leonard's got his first points in this one.
Well, with his developing handle, Leonard now has defenders at his mercy when on the bounce.
To the paint, stolen by Zubac. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Lopez. George trying to break free. Leonard, no luck. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far.
Not sure how he saw that there. Holiday with a firm understanding how to get the ball to an open teammate.
Beverly against Holiday. Outside, George. Shoots over DiVincenzo. Stolen by Middleton. And Holiday with a clear path to the hoop. He feeds it to Lopez. Good on the bucket. Now it's a 5-point Bucks lead.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Passes it to Beverly. Leonard on the wing. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. DiVincenzo against George. And it's in there.
And Paul George in the mid-range area, just dominating that possession.
Bucks leading by 3. Outside Holiday. 4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now. And here's Beverly. Pass to Zubac. Here's Beverly. Outside, George. But they'll get another chance. Here's Oturu, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
You know, a lot of times we talk about good passing, but accurate passing is a huge quality of a good pass, and Leonard did it there.
1:56 left here in the 4th quarter. Holiday, the pass to Giannis. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is a star in this league, and more the team trusts him in those moments.
George against DiVincenzo. Here's Oturu. 6 to shoot. George, no good. One-on-one here. And there's the whistle, called a clear path foul there. Yep. And he'll shoot 2 at the line. Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Some padding here on the free throw line. Some good work.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for the Clippers. Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard.
Giannis, if you talk about maturity, the next thing you're going to see is him playing with great patience. Let the play unfold and then take what the defense gives you.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Giannis outside. Here's Lopez, and Lopez throws it down.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Bucks.
And they had to battle for this win. There were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
Lopez, no luck.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
The pass to DiVincenzo. From deep three-point range, no good. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. The bright lights and tall buildings of... And a look at the status here of both teams, injured players, and who will not be in the lineup.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Durant. Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's Harris. And it's Jordan in at the center filling out the middle. And for the Clippers, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in at the power forward. And Leonard has it in the corner. Back to George. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by Harden. Irving against George. And it's good, 2 points. Durant's got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Nets. Greg, we've got two terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. But we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
And that's where KD just feasts with this team. When it comes to those spot-ups, he's as good as anyone in the league.
To the middle, here's Beverly, rejected by Harris, and he recovers it. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Oh my God, they can't buy one. 0 for 4. Sometimes this happens.
We've seen a quick start here for the Nets. Harden way outside. Brooklyn now working with a new shot clock. Launches it. And KD the bucket on the assist by Jordan. Durant's got a couple of threes now in the first for Brooklyn. George up top. Covered by Irving. Will it go? No good there. Great D that time from Durant.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Harris inside. Harden outside. For the 3. They get it back. Jordan kicks to Harden from deep. Not going to fall. Starting off slow. He misses his first 3 from the floor. And the call will be against Harris. That is his first foul of the game. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Irving. Down low, here's Oturu, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. The Nets making a switch here. Griffin's checked in. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Harden scanning the floor from deep. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Floats it up for Cousins. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
I loved him being aggressive right there. DeMarcus is a big target at the rim.
A shot by Harden, wide open from beyond the arc, and then some.
And after missing 4 straight, he finally gets one to go.
On the wing, but 2. Clippers moving the ball around. And it's Leonard missing.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
And here's Harden for 3, and it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. Harris against Leonard, and the shot goes down.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Morris is checked in for Leonard. Luke Kennard comes in for George. And it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo.
You know what, though? They keep calling his number despite the difficult quarter he's had.
And you see Morris aware of his surroundings, getting a good jump down court.
Brooklyn leading by 3. Harden outside. From deep three-point range. Offensive rebound, Nets. Jordan kicks to Harris. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Jordan's got 3 assists in the game. Jackson against Harden. Jackson passes to Kennard. Brooklyn with the rebound.
Hard to create space in that mid-range area. He would have been better passing that off.
The deep 3 from Harden. Harden missing again.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
And you've seen they've made numerous attempts to try to get him going. Shows how valuable he is to this offense.
Durant's checked in for Brooklyn. Brooklyn with the ball. 6-point lead. Harden outside. Here's the 3. Hits it from three-point range. Harden's got 6.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
Jackson dishes to Cousins. In the corner, Kennard with it. Outside, Batum. And the wide open shot from Morris. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Takes a 3. That shot is off. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He had... And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving the grind.
How can we be the best version of ourselves?
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yes, you know this, GA. Back in our day, and any day really, if you don't block out somebody, you will sit down.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Durant is out there with Green. Then there's Brown. Then there's Irving. And it's Claxton in at the center.
I love how Durant keeps his eyes up, scanning for someone with a better look.
Jackson from long range. Out to Morris. Fires it up. Los Angeles with another miss.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
KD on the wing. From past the arc. That shot, no good. The Clippers go the other way with it. Morris inside. He's covered by Irving. Cousins misses from short range. Brooklyn leading by 12. And Durant launches from deep. Brooklyn now working with a new shot clock.
Well, he was in rhythm, hitting 2 threes in the opening quarter, but hasn't made one since.
Here's Jackson, and it's sent back by KD.
The standing reach of a center, the mobility of a guard. No wonder Durant sent that one back.
Fires for 3. They get the rebound. For Los Angeles, they've gone an abysmal 0 of 6 from the field since the second quarter began. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. Durant in the corner. Lets it go from the wing. The shot's good. Durant's got 10 points in the game. Around the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof. Well, wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. Durant for 3. Durant with another miss.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Joe Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. Outside, KD takes the three. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Green kicks to Irving. Back to Green. And here's KD for three. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
His struggles from the field continue, yet they still hold the lead.
Fires from deep. And KD, good for 3. KD's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
And here's George for 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. Claxton's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The 3. The Clippers grab the miss. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And boy, Kawhi is the perfect target. The big reach to get to the pass and the great hands on the catch.
Irving passes to Harris. Launches a 3. It's deflected. Pass to Claxton. Just 5 to shoot. They grab their own miss from downtown. And Harris is good for 3. Harris has got the lead up to 14 now for the Nets.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
The deep 3 from George. Zubac kicks to Leonard. And it's off from 3-point range. And for Brooklyn, their shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. Back to Durant. This one for 3. And the Nets, another 3.
Unlimited range. The long arms of KD can get it off from anywhere.
George looking around. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And so it's Kevin Durant making it. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
A tremendous start for Kevin Durant. He had 16 points, 3 rebounds, and
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
We've got Patrick Beverley. He's out there with Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at the 4-man position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Here's George, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
You know, no one produces like Paul George does. He elevates your team's abilities in any situation.
Good on the second free throw.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Griffin passes to Harden. From deep. The shot, no good. The Clippers go the other way with it.
Well, so far, this cold night from the field has not affected their ability to maintain this lead.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And here's Harden for 3. Good on the triple. Harden's got 9.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the second pick in the 2017 draft. That or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
Harden way outside. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
To the inside and taken away by Brown. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
It's George on the wing. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Here we go. His second made from beyond the arc in the second half after having no such luck in the first.
Here is Harden. He's got 14. Three-pointer. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
Stolen by Harden. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. From deep three-point range. Again, the miss by Harden.
Just not feeling it from beyond the arc. Sometimes that happens. He's trying to shoot his way out of it.
And that one's good. Beverly.
I mean, blowing past the defense, Patrick Beverly gets up and down the court in a blink.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for Brooklyn. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead and an intentional foul right there. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And then for Brooklyn, Kevin Durant's checked in for Harris. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for Brown.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
You know why? Success breeds confidence. And he's certainly been successful from there time and time again.
Morris, no good.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
The deep 3 from Harden. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Batum attacking. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Batum's got his first points of the game. Harden outside. From outside the arc. Sinks the triple. And the Nets lead by 18.
They have leaned on him all quarter, and it has worked to perfection.
On the wing, Morris. Back to Jackson. On the wing, Batum. Beyond the arc. And that's good. Luke Kennard for 3.
A fierce competitor. Kennard fires back with a 3 of his own.
Harden outside. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And here we go. Fast break. Cousins has got it. That one doesn't go.
Unusual for him. Just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
Nets leading by 15. And a deep 3 from Harden. The long distance 3 is buried. Harden's got 14 points now in the second half.
I mean, there's just no limit to Harden's range. Even from way downtown, this guy is a threat to score.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Kennard for 3. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 7 rebounds in the game. Pass to Harden. Lets it go with a 3. It's not going to go for him. High post Cousins. And the layup's good off the glass. Cousins has got 6 points.
Reason why the strength of DeMarcus, able to finish through contact.
Up in time. That one, no good. James Harden getting it done for the Brooklyn Nets. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. Don't go anywhere. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. We've got Irving. Durant is out there with Green. Then it's Harden. And it's Claxton in at the 5 down low. And now they decide to foul intentionally. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well. And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space.
Nobody near Leonard. The offensive rebound. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Harden outside. No good from outside. Clippers trail by 20. And a deep 3 from George. Brooklyn with the rebound. Durant's got his 5th rebound in this one. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Traps in the tray.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And here's George for 3. Another shot. That doesn't go either for George.
At some point, when you recognize someone's this out of rhythm, you have to shift to something else.
Nailed from three-point land.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
What a turnaround for him since the half. More aggressive and more effective.
Harden kicks to Green. Out to KD. A 3 ball. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Cousins has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Nobody near George. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And here's Harden for 3. Outside Durant. From the arc. That one misses. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. The 3 from George. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
DeMarcus is an enforcer on the offensive end. He has all the tools to dominate night in and night out.
The tray. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist from Green. Harden's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
You know, when you're raining threes, you can stack up points in a hurry, but it can go the other way as well.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Nets.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for James Harden.
Hard not to be impressed by what he did tonight. He was aggressive, he was efficient, and the defense had no answer. You just love how reliable he is night in and night out. His offense is there.
Harden can't hit. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. And Beverly kicks to George. From deep. They get it again. Takes a three, and he's good on the three ball.
You need guys who can stretch the floor or the offense doesn't flow. Paul George is one of the best at it.
The deep three from Harden. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Outside, George. Fires the three. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. For And in the locker room, each guy has been going over both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Anthony, and it's Cantor in at center. And for the Clippers, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Oturu in at the 4. McCollum left side, and there it is for him. And Doris, tonight, 2 experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game, so let's see how this plays out.
Outside, Covington. Here's Lillard. Back to Covington. To the right side. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist from Covington.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
On the wing, Morris. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Here's George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws here tonight.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
Lillard with the bucket.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
Here's Beverley, following the score by Damian Lillard. Here's Oturu, good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Now here's Lillard. Misses the 3. And even 3-on-3 break. Beverley against Lillard, and that one's good. Beverley.
Patrick Beverley on the inside. Okay, we see you.
Here's Lillard. Pass to Cantor. The dish to McCollum. High post shot. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And he drew that call by establishing his base early and then doing a great job with the box out.
Well, just good fundamental basketball. You go hunt a body, make sure you box out. Good job.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. Rondo comes in for Patrick Beverley, and the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Nurkic is checked in.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Zubac kicks to Morris. The 3 from George. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Leonard comes in for Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Portland also making some changes. Jones checked in for Robert Covington. Norman Powell comes in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Simons. To the middle. Here's Nurkic. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, it took Nurkic a while to kind of establish himself as a starting center in the NBA, but it didn't take long to see it's a role he deserves.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 2. They get a hand on it. Leonard on the wing, defended by Jones. And here they come. And the dunk by Powell.
This, to me, is where he can be lethal. In fast break situation, Norman Powell's speed's a problem.
The Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. On the wing, Batum. Back to Jackson. Now the pass to Leonard. 1:06 left here in the...
Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court, he makes a lot of noise.
Here's Simons. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And the basket by Jones.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Jackson. Batum passes to Cousins. The shot off that time. Great D that time from Nurkic. And Anthony with the basket on the assist by Nurkic.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Pass to Batum. Outside Leonard. He kicks it to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Leonard. Basket good.
Well, this guy is never a bad option in a tough situation. Kawhi Leonard under duress. Nicely done.
Got it off in time, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And that does it for the first quarter. Portland out in front. They lead. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched it.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
They just came into this game with the mindset of sharing the basketball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
We've got Reggie Jackson. He's out there with Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 3 slot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Now here's Powell. Pass to Canner. No good on that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Leonard. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Kawhi Leonard's length lets him play bigger than his size. When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Powell finds Lillard. Fires from deep. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
So for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic, and McCollum subbed in for Derek Jones. Here's Leonard. Cousins trying to free himself up, and Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got 8 points. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to lead. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
Jackson misses.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Down low. Stolen by Jackson. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Goes up with it. Leonard with the bucket.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Lillard against Jackson. Lillard attacking. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Lillard's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Jackson kicks to Kennard. Leonard inside, headed by Powell, and Cousins throws it down.
Well, Kawhi Leonard's passing skills have developed over the years, and if you give him that much attention, he'll find his teammates.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys that, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality they got to fill some roles, right? And John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are three names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Here's Oturu, following the basket by C.J. McCollum. George against McCollum.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Lillard outside. We've got 1:08 left in the second quarter. Anthony down low. Morris is there. Anthony's shot is off. Throws it up high.
Well, I'll tell you this, if the defense collapses, if it makes a mistake momentarily, Beverly has the kind of basketball IQ to take advantage.
55 seconds left to play in the first half. Lillard dishes to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
I don't know if it's underplayed, but there's an all-around aspect to what Paul George does on a night-by-night basis. This guy is an elite two-way player.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Mann's checked in. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And then for the Trailblazers, Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Jones comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Now, here's Nurkic, and he makes that one.
And with his skill, Nurkic can score from anywhere on the court. But when you're 280, his skills probably better utilized inside.
It's tipped. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession.
Gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Here's Morris. Lays it up off the glass. Morris has got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers.
Well, that's just stellar concentration from the talented forward. Marcus Morris effective at keeping his balance on these tough finishes.
And some good action through the first. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Their biggest deficit was 6.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Well, one of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
On the court for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Anthony in at the 3. Now here's McCollum. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. And a wide open look for McCollum. No good on the quick 3.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
A nice shot by George.
What great body control from the all-star forward. Paul George, so skilled at keeping his composure under pressure.
And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
Norman Powell's checked in for Anthony. So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
Now, here's George. Pass to Oturu. Stolen by Cantor. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. McCollum outside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Well, an 0-for-3 start to the half. You need to pick it up and start to put some pressure on your opponent. Boy, when he's this deep, it's going to be tough to stop him, especially with a smaller defender.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Lillard. Misses from close range.
Wow, another empty possession out of the gates. 0-for-4 in this half. Brutal.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Robert Covington picks one up.
We see Paul George just understands how to use his length and his size. He is such a tough cover close to the basket.
Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys,
yes,
they're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Here's Jackson following the score by Damian Lillard. Here's George. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. George has got the lead up to 12 now for the Clippers. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A different look for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Zubats. And it's Kawhi Leonard in for George. Simons. He's checked in for Portland. Now, here's Nurkic to the left side wing. Simons, the pass to Nurkic. That shot, no good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Here's Leonard. Good D by Covington.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Kennard against Powell. Good on the shot.
I'll tell you, love to see someone take the contact head on. And Norman Powell welcoming the challenge.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Leonard kicks to Jackson. And there's the feed to Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
This is what keeps Cousins' percentages up. The gimmies. My goodness.
Powell against Kennard. Powell, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Powell, the 11-footer. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does. Lets it go from 14. That one goes in. Nurkic has got 6 points.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Now here's Jackson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Leonard kicks to Kennard. From 17 feet out. Rebound by Nurkic.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Anthony's checked in for Portland. McCollum comes in for Norman Powell. Trailblazers trail by 10. Simons, the pass to Nurkic. Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
So both teams making some changes here. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Now here's Rondo. D right on him. Shot clock at 5. Rondo is doubled. The Clippers need to get off a shot to the paint. Morris. Excellent D from Cancer. That will count. Doesn't go that time. And so it's Los Angeles in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. We've got Marcus Morris. Rajon Rondo is out there with Patrick Beverley. And it's Oturu in at the center, filling out the middle. That's who's out there for the Clippers. George against McCollum. Inside. And there's Lillard on the assist by McCollum. Lillard's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Trailblazers. And here's Beverly on the wing. George. There's the pass to Oturu. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Anthony dishes to Cantor with the shot. And again, it's Portland converting.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And Beverly kicks to George. A few possessions into the 4th quarter, just over a minute played. Trailblazers trail by 4. Here's McCollum. And McCollum with the slam.
You know, you love your star players making others better, and Melo with the vision there.
Now Beverly. Left side, Leonard. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Damian Lillard.
The best scorers in the game have the ability to get to the free throw line. Kawhi Leonard lives there.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Passes it to Cantor. And here's Nurkic. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
That one goes. Count it.
What strength from Lillard, just not allowing the defense to have the last word.
Outside, George. Leonard against Anthony. Leonard, the pass to Oturu. Shot clock at 6. Leonard inside. He's guarded by Nurkic.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. And the Clippers making a switch here. Cousins is checked in. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Covington's checked in. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
Los Angeles calls timeout. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
And he's had a very good night shooting the basketball. A little over 50% from the field. And a lot of those shots have come against some tight D. That shows the level of his focus and consistency.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Teron Lue as he talked with the team. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Here's Zubats. Kicks to Cousins. Leonard looking over the floor. Pass to Zubats. Over Anthony. No good from Zubats. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Trailblazers. Yes! And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. I have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Leonard attacking, and he gets caught. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, onto the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a three-point game.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
Beverly against Lillard. Pass to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Here's Zubats. Outside, George. Zubats trying to break loose. Good! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one. And here's Portland. They're on a 15-6 run. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
So he gets them both, and it's a three-point game.
That last free throw was a huge, huge shot. The difference between a 2 and a 3-point lead at this stage is major.
Now, here is Morris. He kicks to George. Over McCollum. Off target with that shot.
You can never discount the range and the wingspan that Melo brings. He can bother a lot of shots.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interest. Hello, basketball fans. You've got... Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin.
Very dangerous indeed. David, thanks. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the 5. And for Milwaukee, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. Holiday, the pass to DiVincenzo. The kick out to Holiday. 5 on the clock. Here's Antetokounmpo. The shot, no good. The Clippers go the other way with it. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That's his first foul. Leonard on the wing. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Back to George. Outside Leonard. On the wing, George. For both teams tonight, Clark, unbelievable talent up front.
Agreed. And, you know, in the trenches, in the paint is where this one's going to be decided. It's going to be won or lost there. And that's not something we say very often in this day and age with the three-point shooting, the small ball, the spacing of the floor, the pick and roll action. But it'll be different tonight.
Now, here is Morris. And George, here we go. And they pick up 2.
Boy, George so long in all limbs, arms and legs. And he covers a lot of space in short bursts of time because of it.
Here's Holiday. DiVincenzo with it. Pass to Middleton. Second shot opportunity. The shot misses. Great D that time from Leonard.
You know, that's a quick 0 for 4 now. At what point do you call a timeout and reset?
Morris finds Zubats. Launches it. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by George.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Now here's Lopez. Stolen by Beverly. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And George with the stuff.
I tell you what, mind-blowing experience when you look at Paul George as a dunker. This guy makes alley-oops look easy.
Here's Holiday. Passes it to Antetokounmpo. Now here's DiVincenzo. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Pat Connaughton comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Bucks trail by 7. Middleton drives in. Can't cash in from close range. On the wing, Jackson. Outside, Batum. Here's Kennard. Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
That's not too difficult for DeMarcus Cousins now. I like that he doesn't settle for the layup there. Instead, throws it down.
Holiday, the pass to Lopez. Middleton looking it over. Pass to Connaughton. To end the drought. Rebound by the Clippers.
Well, that's a look he has to finish, and he knows it. Blown opportunity.
The pass to Kennard. First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Searching for their first points of the game.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
Clippers with the ball after the basket by Milwaukee. Cousins, the pass to Batum, and that one drops for him.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Here's Holiday. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
Oh, a nifty finisher. You didn't think Holiday would back down inside, did you?
Jackson passes to Kennard. Outside, Batum. It's Jackson with the drive. Here's Oturu. Rebounded by Tucker. Bucks trail by 7. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. The shot's good from Lopez.
Aggressive move that time by Lopez. Took it right at him.
The Clippers have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Kennard kicks to Jackson. Pass to Oturu. Here's Batum. The rebound by Middleton. Here's Connaughton over Kennard. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so the first quarter is in the books. And earlier we checked in with Giannis Antetokounmpo, who had this to say about
the most important lesson that I got.
All part of the process of achieving greatness.
Yeah, and most guys have had to go through it. MJ, LeBron, leading a team to a championship rarely happens early on.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, Antetokounmpo out there with Bobby Portis. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo, and it's Forbes in at the 1. And here they go, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
Here's George after the basket by Milwaukee. And it's blocked. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Now, here's Portis. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Teague, the pass to Portis. And he banks in the layup. Portis has got his first points of the night.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And the basket by Jackson.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Teague against Jackson, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Clippers leading by 5. And Batum kicks to Jackson. Out to the wing. Lots of room. And that one hits back iron.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Passes to Batum. Here's Cousins. And the Clippers miss again. The Bucks have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Nwora, the pass to Teague. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
Here's Oturu after the made shot from Jeff Teague. Jackson against Teague. Jackson kicks to Kennard. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Kennard's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Lopez comes in for Bobby Portis, and Giannis Antetokounmpo is subbed in for P.J. Tucker. Teague trying to get open as Lopez. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 3 in the basket from Jeff Teague. 59 seconds left now here in the second. Outside Leonard. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. It's George on the wing, defended by DiVincenzo. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Now here's Teague. He's got 7. .26 seconds left to play here in the half. 4 on the clock. Mora, the pass to Lopez. The Clippers grab the miss. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's Morris. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Morris has got 5.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of one, they were able to end up. And that should...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Without question, Jeff Teague displaying his skills today.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. And it's Marcus Morris. And it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. DiVincenzo can't hit it. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They lead by 7.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
And the Bucks with some changes. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Holiday in for Jeff Teague. Now here is Holiday. Count that one. Holiday's got his second basket of the night.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Leonard on the wing. Zubac against Lopez. Pass to George. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Brook Lopez.
You know, one of the things Paul George, PG, has done is improve his ball handling, and as a result, defenders are nervous when he's handling the ball and getting up into a shot. He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Stolen by Beverly. Outside, George. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Here's Giannis. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Good work defensively by Morris. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And the dunk by Zubac.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Lopez finds Holiday. From outside the arc. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Way to work the glass. Buffet style. Second chance buckets. They can make a big difference.
Beverly the pass to George. Off target with the open look.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Feeds to Lopez. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. And now it's only a 5-point Los Angeles lead.
Able to just go right over the top. I mean, the big man, Lopez, doing work.
Morris, left side. And Leonard has it in the corner. Pocket 6. And here's George for 3. No good on the shot. Now the Bucks take it the other way.
I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front. Love the read there from Antetokounmpo. I mean, his basketball IQ is really impressive when it comes to alley-oop attempts.
Now here's Beverly. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pulls it up. And the Clippers miss again.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
And the Bucks with some changes. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Pat Connaughton. And the rejection by Cousins.
I love when Cousins uses his reach and strength to stymie shooters. Nice positioning on defense there.
1:58 left here in the third quarter. To the wing on the left. And there's the pass to Morrow. Just 5 on the clock. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. It's tipped. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Kicks it to Cousins. It's good.
Tell you what, Cousins knows he's got the green light to take these quick catch and shoot shots, and he's confident in doing so.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Tucker the pass to Portis. Puts it up. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Clippers leading by 5. Batum dishes to Cousins. Clippers moving the ball around. Warad grabs the board. For Milwaukee, they've gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far.
Jeff Teague doing exactly what a point guard should do, setting up his guys nicely.
Los Angeles has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. Here's Oturu, guarded by Tucker. Outside Jackson. Over in the corner, Batum. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And here is Teague. He's got 7. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. That's on Reggie Jackson.
I tell you what, Teague is superb at knocking down shots, even when he's getting hit. I mean, he finds a way to muscle him up and in.
.12 seconds left to play in the third. Rondo scanning the floor. Here's Zubac, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Zubac has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, you know, Rondo's a multi-time league assist leader. If you're open, he's getting you
the third quarter comes to a close. Clippers lead by 5. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. intense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Bucks trail by 5. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the pivot spot manning the middle. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Middleton outside. 6 on the shot clock. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Middleton's got his first bucket of the night.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Lopez with the steal. And now, here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. And the dunk by Giannis.
And Antetokounmpo is really an absolute terror in the open floor. I mean, love seeing a guy his size run the floor the way he does. Wow, impressive.
On the wing, George.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
LA's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Beverly up top, guarded by Holiday. Kept alive, Cousins. Nobody near Leonard. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Cousins has got his 3rd assist on the night. The Bucks trail. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Antetokounmpo's got 6 points in the quarter. Leonard on the wing. It's Solomon to Antetokounmpo. And Giannis throws it down.
I tell you what, it's absolutely foolish and futile to let Antetokounmpo get space to sprint towards the rim. I mean, the dunks he jams home are just downright filthy, ugly, nasty, wicked.
Here's George. It's good. George has got it all tied up now for Los Angeles.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind the layup. Come on now. My goodness.
And Middleton kicks to Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 6. Lays it up and banks it in. Giannis has got the lead up to 2 now for the Bucks.
Well, I tell you, the future of the Greek Freak is extremely bright. I mean, he really has shown the ability to deliver in important spots of game.
George passes to Zubac, and it's sent back by Lopez. Bucks another fast break opportunity here, and it's slammed in by Holiday.
With experience, skill, and ability, Holiday makes for the perfect go-to scoring option.
Outside, George. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Pass to Zubac, and it's sent back by Lopez.
You could see Lopez tracking that shot the whole way. Nice awareness from him and a terrific rejection as well.
Rajon Rondo's checked in for the Clippers. Now here's Giannis. Lobbed up there for Lopez. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Nice pass right there, and the 7-footer Lopez getting off the floor to punch it down.
George with no one around, but they recover it. Teardrop shot. Leonard finds Rondo. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. The Clippers need to get off a shot. George, no good.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game.
And Brook Lopez, a little bigger and more of an offensive player than his brother Robert. but they've both turned into quality big men in this league.
Passes it to DiVincenzo. He feeds it to Middleton. Giannis outside. For the three. The kick out to Holiday. From deep, Giannis. And the Bucks miss again. They can score it here, but it won't mean much.
Kevin, turn out the lights. This party's over.
It might be.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Well, this one is winding down now. Milwaukee can watch the clock run out. Holiday, the pass to DiVincenzo. Giannis outside. So it's Milwaukee picking up the win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's... But traffic in New York City. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot. And for the Nets, they've got Harris. Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Jordan. And it's Durant in at the 4. Now, here is Harden. A second chance effort. The kick out to Irving. Off target from outside. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Irving passes to Jordan. Harris outside. 6 to shoot. Pass to Harden. From deep 3-point range. Here's Jordan. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, you can pretty much say that DeAndre Jordan's going to get a lot of his points right there, trolling around the rim.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's George, and that one drops.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defense.
Oh, that was huge!
Incredible. And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Pass to George. Zubac in the post, guarded by Jordan.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
They grab their own miss. KD passes to Jordan. Out to KD. Back to Jordan. George with the defensive effort. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Morris right side. Looking for George. He gets it there. No good on that one. The Nets go the other way with it. And now the fast break. Durant with the ball. They now take the lead.
Kevin knows when he can score, so he waits to make sure that somebody else doesn't have a better shot before he does that. Good play there.
From deep, George. Zubac kicks to Morris. And a deep 3 from George. George missing again.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
A nice shot by Irving.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
Tipped away.
Out of bounds.
It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. So for the Nets, Griffin's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Brown in for Kyrie Irving. Rondo passes to Kennard. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Orchestrating right now. Rondo should be playing with a baton.
Los Angeles shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
And the slam by Blake Griffin.
So pretty when it's effortless like that. Blake Griffin up in the air, throwing it down, all second nature.
Kennard, the pass to Oturu. And oh, here we go with Green. Nobody back. And Brown throws it down.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Kennard kicks to Batum. Jackson passes to Oturu. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That is his first foul of the game. 1:09 left here in the first quarter. Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
In the corner, Kennard with it. Got 3 off the mark.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
A shot by Harden, wide open. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Jackson. He's off on that one. Great D that time from Green. Nets leading by 7. Brown right side. Dishes to Griffin. Back to Brown. 5 to shoot. Stolen by Jackson. And here we go. Fast break. Cousins has got it.
I like to see Cousins share the ball. Probably a good thing with the team he's on now. He draws so much attention, it opens up the passing lanes.
And Harden launches it from deep. He made it! He gets it to go! Wow!
Wow, what a way to finish up the quarter.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kennard is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Batum. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's man in at the small forward position. Jackson kicks to Cousins. Batum wide open. He fires. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game. They are just killing them on the interior.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Cousins. Makes the most of the high percentage shot.
There's a lot of great things to say about DeMarcus Cousins' offensive game, but I know defenders fear the most when he's down low and picks an angle to attack you like that in the paint.
Irving passes to Claxton, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Teams have dynasties, the 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there, Greg?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see, because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. And here's George for 3. Some solid defense from Brown.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Nets leading by 9. And here is Irving. Outside for Durant. Brown dishes to Irving. From the stripe. No good off the back of the rim. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. A nice shot by Irving.
Kyrie's such a blur in the open court. Leaks out so quickly and then gets to the right spot in transition.
And Leonard has it in the corner. From deep, George. The pass to Beverly. And here's George. Jordan with the rebound.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
pass to Claxton. Leonard with the steal. George way outside. Here's Morris. Kicks it out to Leonard. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
Beverly against Irving. Pass to Claxton. From past the arc. Rebound by the Clippers. Here's George. And he goes big with a dunk right over DeAndre Jordan.
Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
Irving against Beverly. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Nets, Green, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Harris comes in for Brown. And it's James Harden in for Irving. Harden gets the bucket.
Now just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
Clippers trail by 9. There's Jackson with the 3. The putback. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant. The Nets have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. For 3. Brooklyn now working with a new shot clock. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And the 3 off target.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
For 3, Harris up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Nets lead by 9.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
It's stolen by Green. In transition, here come the Nets. Harden's got the ball.
No better way to fire up your teammates. Durant showing good athleticism on the Monster Jam.
Pass to Kennard. Fires the 3. That shot missing. It could go. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Brooklyn. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the 2. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They lead by 11. And over to Shaq. And
with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
We've got Harden. Green is out there with Griffin. Then there's Harris. And it's Luwawu in at the shooting guard position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Here's George, and he uses the glass on the layup. George has got 6.
Well, on that kind of move, Paul George is such a great scorer. He can stay in control, even at full speed.
Harden surveying the D. Oh, Griffin in position. Harden. It's good on the putback. And the Nets lead by 13.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Leonard kicks to George. That doesn't go either for George.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out trying to win this game.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
And Green's defense, very important to this team's success. The way he gets up in the face of whoever he's guarding, it becomes infectious to the rest of his guys.
Harden way outside. Paul George grabs the miss. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 13. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, we know that for years the NBA has thought about a postseason play-in tournament to get more teams and fans involved. Last year's pandemic stoppage basically necessitated its implementation. For the NBA, the disruption of business as usual enabled innovation and risk-taking. I don't know if he's too hoity-toity, but it was Albert Einstein who once said, in the midst of every crisis lies great opportunity. Guys, back to you.
You're right. Thank you, David. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. Some changes for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Green. Bruce Brown comes in for Joe Harris. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Luwawu. And then for Los Angeles, Mann's checked in. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. To the paint. And Irving with the basket on the assist from Harden. Irving's got 8 points. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams and players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays, there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Ball's knocked loose. Cousins, the pass to Oturu. Here's Batum. Good D by Irving.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
It's good from long range. Irving's got 7 now in this quarter.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
At the elbow, it's Cousins. To the inside. Here's Jackson. Takes it from 10. Cousins, no good. Nets leading by 15. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. Here's Shamet. Kicks to Irving. 35 seconds left to play in the third. Brown outside. Clock at 6. And the pass to Shamet from deep. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. Clippers trail by 15. Oturu, the pass to Batum. Outside Jackson. Kennard with the ball. Jackson finds Kennard. Off target with his 3. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
And he can't hit the second. Gets it off. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets riding a 15-point lead. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And we reached the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. So for the Clippers right now, Batuma's out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's Mann in at the shooting guard.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Oturu, the pass to Beverly. The three from George. Buries it from three-point range. George has got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Clippers. Harden outside from downtown. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
Well, if he wants to make the defense work, he's got to start knocking down the threes. Only one so far in this game for him, and none since halftime.
Harden outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range. And the Nets lead by 13. George way outside. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. Launches a three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Oturu's got 5 rebounds tonight. Beverly dishes to Leonard. The shot, no good. Good D by Harden. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. And the Nets making a change here. Harris is checked in. The three from Harden. That one, no good. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Puts up a three. And it's Durant with the rebound.
It's been a struggle all night long from deep, but doesn't seem like he's lost his confidence. He's still letting them rip. The D has done a very poor job at contesting him from outside, guys. He's tearing into them right now, and they cannot stop him.
That one from long range. George has got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Clippers. Nets leading by 13. Harden outside. Feeds it to KD. Stolen by Beverly. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
To the middle. Here's Jordan. The kick out to Brown. The Nets working the ball around now. Lets it go from deep. Durant, no good. Clippers trail by 11. Morris inside, guarded by Harden. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. The Nets have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. And here's Harden for 3. The Clippers grab the miss.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And George with the stuff.
PG showing that. That's a signature dunk from him.
Nets leading by 7. Harden outside. A 3-ball. Cans it from downtown. Harden's got 9 points in the quarter.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
Passes it to Brown. Harden outside. Out to Harris. Durant in the corner. Leonard with the steal. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Outside for George. There's the triple. The rebound by Harden. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Nets.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for James Harden.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
Do you want to keep expending energy, or do you want to start thinking about the next one?
And the wide open shot from Morris. Back to Beverly. Pass to Leonard. On the wing, George. Tips it. Great positioning on the putback. Zubac has got it back down to single digits for the Clippers.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. Even. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. And we've got...
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Zubac in at the pivot, manning the middle. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Anthony, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Now, here's George. Leonard, the pass to Zubac. Morris outside. Just 5 to shoot. Moves back up to the left wing. Beverly wide open. Can't hit that one. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Collin passes to Anthony. Terrific talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Here's George after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. 18 feet out, and that one goes long.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
And the basket by McCollum.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
So it's the Clippers now, following the basket by C.J. McCollum. The offensive rebound.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
And it's Lillard missing. For Los Angeles, they've gone 0 of 5 here to start the game. Rough start for them. Here's Leonard. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Now, here's Lillard. And it's good off the back rim and in. Lillard's got his second bucket of the night.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Here's Beverly, and he drops it in from the low post.
I love this about Patrick Beverly. He's just a fighter. He's never going to back down.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him. Hard to keep up with Reggie when he gets out in space. And on top of that, an excellent finisher.
Lillard from outside. Rebound by the Clippers. Here's Oturu. Jackson finds Cousins. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. For Portland, they've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. And then Jones with the jam.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Now here's Cousins. The pass to Oturu. Banked in off the glass.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Pass to Canner. This is to Powell. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Right side, Batum. Passes it to Cousins. Back to Batum. Pass to Oturu. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession.
Unforced errors. These are the kinds of things that break momentum.
Simons, he's checked in for Damian Lillard. The Clippers also making some changes. Mann's checked in. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. There's the pass to Simons. Jones kicks to Powell. Portland again missing. Clippers trail by 4. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Batum finds Kennard. Basket good.
As much as today's game is being played on the perimeter, it's good to see Cousins attacking inside.
Here's Simons. The dish to Covington. Kicks it out to Jones. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Trailblazers out in front, leading by just 2. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. So earlier, Damian...
I look to the times where...
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. We've got DeMarcus Cousins, Luke Kennard out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Batum, and it's Mann in at the small forward position. Jones dishes to Carmelo. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Anthony's got the lead up to 6 now for the Trailblazers. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Cousins finds Kennard. Here's Batum, covered by Anthony. Taken away by Anthony. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Derek Jones. And McCollum subbed in for Norman Powell. Now here's McCollum. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Down low, back to Canner. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Portland again missing. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Batum attacking. Outside Anthony, McCollum, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
Cousins, the pass to Jackson. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That's his first foul. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Lillard's checked in. So it's the Clippers now. Nothing offensively yet from them in the second quarter. A shot by Batum, no good. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his first foul. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Lillard fires away from way outside. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Nobody near Leonard. And again, no good by the Clippers. Leonard with the steal. Here's Morris. The shot's good on the assist by George.
And the powerful frame of Morris, difficult to knock him off his rhythm, and there finishing through the contact.
Here is Lillard. Yes, that goes in.
Working against size, he's just crafty enough to carve out some wiggle room.
And that's tough to do from the mid-range because help can come from anywhere, but he beats everyone to the punch.
And Kanter throws it down.
Ever the opportunist, McCollum probing for a weakness, finds one, and exploits it.
Right side, George. And Portland with the ball. Big stretch here going 10-2. Count that one. And now a 12-point Trailblazer lead. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul. I'd go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. Catching up on the changes for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Cantor. And it's Powell in for Carmelo Anthony. Here's Beverly and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Powell kicks to Lillard. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Jones checked in for Portland. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Rondo's checked in. Here's McCollum. It's hauled in by Zubac.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense.
Oh, that was something else.
That was nasty. Well, we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
McCollum against Rondo. Portland shooting their first free throws of the game right now. And he knocks down the first one.
You know, it took Nurkic a while to kind of establish himself as a starting center in the NBA, but it didn't take long to see it's a role he deserves.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Mann's checked in, and it's Jackson in for George. Now here's Rondo. Pass to Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
And Jones has it in the corner. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that. Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Just 4 seconds left in the first half of basketball.
Really admire the hustle of Rondo on defense. Always gets it.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each. And no doubt that C.J. McCollum's a great player all the time. But Shaq, he has that. And that'll.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a 5-point game. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. And it's Anthony in at the three, the small forward. Oh, Leonard in position. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And boy, Kawhi is the perfect target. The big reach gets to the pass and the great hands on the catch.
Lillard outside.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Hate to see that. I know everyone's mind is on the play, but you got to protect the ball.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
Guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Starting the half with 3 straight misses. Not how they envisioned this one.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 6. Nurkic dishes to Carmelo. Lillard with it. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And for a point guard, Lillard has some hops. Outstanding at knowing when to use them for the dunk.
Nurkic with the steal. Beverly against Lillard. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That'll be his second foul of the game. A different look now for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Simons in for McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. Covington passes to Lillard. Shoots from the elbow. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Very cold start to the second half. 1 for 5, looking for some continuity.
Clippers trail by 3. Here's Morris. It's blocked. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Cantor. Norman Bowles checked in for Robert Covington. Stolen by Cantor. And here's the fast break for the finish and the dunk by Powell.
It always helps when your big man dishes it like that. Cantor, excellent with that read.
Morris outside. Now here is George. He's guarded closely and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Enes Kanter.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
The rare guy who can do everything at both ends. Paul George gives you a chance to win every night.
Jones checked in for the Trailblazers. And then for Los Angeles, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Morris. Luke Kennard comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Stolen by George. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Rajon Rondo's checked in for the Clippers. Clippers trail by 3. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Jackson, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you know, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs. And
folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Batum dishes to Jackson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Aggressive on the drive. That's going to result in some free throws for Jackson.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
And last season's numbers show him at about an 83% clip, which is far better than most.
Jackson hits both of them.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Cantor inside. He's guarded by Cousins.
Feasting on defense. First he closes out hard on the shooter, then he attacks the glass. Filthy. Missed opportunity, wide open from mid-range. He would love to get that one back.
Jackson misses. Trailblazers trail by 3. Cantor inside. Cousins is there. Anthony drawing the double team. Shot clock at 6. The shot is good off the backboard. Anthony's got 6.
And Melo, a skilled shooter. If he gets a clean look, you expect him to make it.
Jackson against Powell. Jackson kicks to Kennard. Inside. And he converts the layup. Kennard's got the lead up to 3 now for the Clippers.
Can't let Kennard get this close. Once you do, he's going up with it.
And Jones has it in the corner. And he's got his first free throw of the game. And the first one drops.
One of the more controversial players in the game. What's amazing through all the scrutiny is the consistency of Cousins' production.
7 seconds left in the third quarter. And a deep three from Lillard. No good on the last second attempt there. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. The Clippers on top as they end the third quarter with a massive 16-6 run. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
You see why they trust him with the ball in his hands. He can make the simple play, and he can pull off the spectacular.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley, and it's Rajon Rondo, and it's Mann in at the 3 spot. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
He really can't buy a bucket, but his teammates have his back.
And Zubac picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Trailblazers trail by 5. Lillard finds Nurkic. Here is Lillard. Looking to end his cold spell. And Lillard throws it down.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Leonard on the wing. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. And that one is good.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Here's Nurkic. Now the feed to Lillard. It's Powell on the wing. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. Yep, that one goes in there. And it's a 7-point Los Angeles lead.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Fouled in the act of shooting, gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him. And Portland making a change here. Anthony's checked in. He throw good, Damian Lillard. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Now here's Beverley. Outside Leonard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
Comfortable inside, plus the 7'3" wingspan. Hard to stop Kawhi without fouling.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Nobody near Lillard. Good on the 3-point shot. Lillard's got 10 points in just the second half.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single 3-pointer in that first half.
To the middle and stolen by Lillard. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it, the fast break chance. And McCollum with the slam.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. And stolen by Lillard. Out on his own on the break. Here's Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
And the swag Nurkic plays with, it's infectious. He doesn't back down from taking a big shot.
Deflects the pass. And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Patrick Beverley.
And his teammates love it. Kanter taking charge on a huge possession. You can just see him brimming with confidence, not afraid of the big moment.
Morris with the bucket.
Important points from Morris. And when he's feeling it, he'll step up and take control.
Here's Lillard. He makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
George passes to Zubac. McCollum against George. 6 on the shot clock. Out to Morris. The Clippers need to get off a shot. No good from Zubac.
Very surprising. He gets the ball where he wants it in a decent matchup.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Lillard outside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know, Dame loves to test the defense like that, runs up against it, and then outworks it.
Use of Nurkic. He's checked in for the Trailblazers. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
Tremendous showing of confidence by getting those two to fall.
Rondo dishes to Morris. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. It's in! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Now Lillard. Pass to McCollum. From deep. That shot off the mark. And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 2. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And with under 2 seconds remaining, they need something quick. Don't have time for an extra pass here, but they want to try for a 3 off the inbound play and go for the win. Definitely doable.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Damian Lillard.
And it's been a terrific night for him in terms of the scoreboard. They've run a bunch of sets for him, and he's continued to come through. Scoring as well as he has, it's taken a lot of pressure off.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up.